Hey, this is Brandon with RPG Overviews. I have a pay what you want Mörk Borg setting. It's called Kött. I believe that's how you say it, even though it does not look like that at all. That's Swedish for meat. And this is pay what you want on drivethrurpg. I'll have a link down in the description if you want to pick it up. The words are by Victor Eriksson, and the art is by Scrap Princess. So a faint red and pulsating sun rises above a broken world. So in essence, there's been this great world. There's this demonic influence. It has been a big battle between vampire lords and hell. The planet is covered by a bizarre collection of landscapes, shattered by shells and twisted by devilish powers that seep in through the cracks. And you're going to be playing a homunculi, a ghastly vat-born soldier from infernal laboratories, created to act as shock troops in the vanguard of hell's armies. Hated by all, you are slaves to the abyss, or escaped deserters searching for a life and purpose, if these can be found in this dying world. So definitely a bleak, kind of post-apocalyptic world with vampires and demons and devils. And of course, more than likely, you're probably going to be playing those escaped deserters. Now, there's a little bit of art telling you more about the homunculi. Their bodies are machines of flesh and bone, tailored to every mission through the replacement and addition of body parts and organs. Very clever. That's pretty much the kind of thing that's going on with this game, is how they can replace and add different body parts. A little bit of rules on, a little bit tell you more about the devils. Here's more about the world. Fields and greenery has been replaced by what is called the putrescence. There's dusty wastelands. Pretty much it's just, it's just a terror land in essence. There's only a sad remnants remain of humanity. From towering black palaces, the vampire tyrants rule. It says the parts of the putrescence that have been affected by devilish influence beyond saving are called devil grounds. Forest of pulsating flesh trees that bear living offspring, deserts of crushed glass. So, yeah, there's a lot of tunnels and bunkers underneath the putrescence, so something to go and search for. Everything from silos with highly coveted super weapons to laboratories containing horribly effective chemical and biological instruments of war. So, obviously something to go splunking for and try to get. So here's your character here. They're going to start off with D4 cans of human fodder. They're going to roll 3 times on the item list. They're going to get a pair of homunculi organs. You're going to roll once per column on the organ table. You might be able to get a weapon or a ranged weapon, like a firearm or a melee weapon. Here's a bunch of the items you can roll up. A lot of them are kind of military. You got a crowbar, 2-man tent. I like the sleazy pulp booklet, of course. Fire extinguisher, megaphone. You can get an undead follower, or you can get a tumor twin, much like Quado. File and lockpit, pack of cigarettes, binoculars, gas mask, and maybe even like a random sacred scroll or a random unclean scroll. So here's they telling you about body parts. They can survive injuries that would kill an ordinary person. They can live without organs for a while at least. And you can get a organ tailor to craft and modify body parts for you for a price. A little bit more art. Here's the homunculi organs. It's on the side, a little bit hard to read. You've got stuff like a nerve reader, flea legs, chest bone armor, highly corrosive gastric acid, grease glands. You've got flesh flaps, membranes from arms to legs, allows short glide flight. So some interesting organs here for your homunculi to roll up. A tail, mutated goat stomach. Some good, great stuff here. Damage and death. You could roll down on the death table here, and maybe it destroys your innards, like your kidney or liver, maybe your eye, your mouth, of course your brain. That's not good, but you can actually live. It says that they can live a while. Homunculi devoid of brain, heart, liver, lungs, guts, etc. can survive for D6 plus 1 days. Replace as soon as possible. I would say so. Rules for resting, attack and defense, all your kind of normal stuff here. Bunch of ranged weapons are going to be guns, hand cannons, big bore rifle, auto rifle. And then there's some weird ones too. Beam gun, ectoplasma, carbine, and the devil shooter. And then grenade thrower, rocket thrower. Melee weapons got some interesting stuff too. A chain sword, a demon brand, bunch of ammunition for you, bunch of grenades, rockets, and bombard grenades. Rules for vehicles here: beasts, motor carriages, armored rides, battle crawler. And then your opponents: mustard geist, victims of gas attacks in spirit form. The trench mass, living mass of mud, wire, meat, and something else. The remains of battle in motion. Lead terror, pretty much a possessed firearm or vehicle. Ghoul, filth, desperate wretches who serve in hell's armies. Some other stuff there too. Meat forger, which is going to fly through. You can see You've got a Bombard Hulk, and of course a Vampire. They're going to play a big role in this setting, and then Homunculus. And then here's really can get the feel of what the game's about. This setting, I should say, the adventure sparks. A mutated virus is unleashed. Monsters and exterminators with flamethrowers cause havoc. The Vampire Queen demands a gift. Do not disappoint her. A forgotten reactor is leaking. People are changing. The sun sighs one last time and goes dark. So interesting. Wanted. Vampire whole and rendered harmless. So really some interesting stuff here that going to give you more of the feel of what this setting's really more about. A local vampire lord is sealed away in a world beyond. Power vacuum. The machines turn on their masters. Some really big stuff going on if you roll that up. Then there's some phenomena here with like ash storms, swarm of hellish gnats, rain, corrosive downpour. Then you got a character sheet for it as well. And then there's all the people who made it, and there's the back. So there it is. Kött, I think that's how you say it, even though I'm certain people are going to call it Kott. I don't know. That's Swedish for you. So there it is. I hope you liked this video. Thanks a lot, and stay tuned for the next one.